What's up, everybody? Tommy here, Math Productions Gaming, and we're picking up where the last video left off. We've made our way to the transit center for the beginning of the Nuka World DLC. Last video, I showed that the easiest way by far that you can start this DLC at any level, not just the recommended level 30, you could do it even at level 1. But as long as you have a Fat Man and a mini nuke that you can use to ambush the Assaultron that's outside, that is the biggest obstacle in getting into the transit center. I have done it before where as long as you take out that Assaultron bot, you can sneak around, run into this part here and kind of just run through it. And I have done that with success before. You can do it too. But I did want to go ahead. If you saw the last episode at the very end, we used the Conquest mod, and we set up a campsite right there outside the transit center. We're going to end up converting that campsite into a new custom settlement, and we're going to definitely be able to build then right here at the transit center where you can go to and from the Commonwealth and Nuka World. As you saw when you enter in the transit center, you're going to talk to an individual. I won't spoil too much, even though you saw it on screen. It did happen quick. I'm not going to go too much into the story here, but you have to handle that guy one way or another. Ultimately, that guy gives you the password so you can turn the power back on at the transit center and for the transit system, and then you can finally step into the rail car and make your way to Nuka World. Once you arrive and you step off, you immediately realize that you've been deceived and that you've been thrown into this gauntlet where few survive, right? However, the internet exists. We found a quick way around the gauntlet. I want to show you that it does still work, even as recently as December of 2024, right? But as you saw in that stairwell, there's a doorway to your left-hand side before you enter the gauntlet. If you aim in between the door and the threshold of the doorway, you can access the chain from the other side and disengage it, allowing you to exit the gauntlet, entering right into Nuka World proper. And the big thing here, if you just start roaming around, you're not going to be able to advance the story. It's going to be stuck wanting you to complete the gauntlet. However, when you enter Nuka World, if you stick to the right hand side, as you saw, you go up some stairs across the top of a portion of the gauntlet that you're expected to run, and then you can find this other door here to the side where you open the first door that's chained, you open the second door that has a novice lock on it, and there are still 2 swarms of flying ants and 2 little forager ants on the ground. But if you take out those 4 enemies, as you saw on screen, you'll see it again. There is a bed, so you can go ahead and drop a save, and then you have to come back down to the front of that doorway, and now you are back in the standard gauntlet like the game would expect, having skipped a good portion of everything in between. 2 things I like to do before running through that last portion there, whether I'm using the skip or if I'm playing it straight, I always try to make sure that I take some sort of psycho or buff out or something like that in tandem with jet and then just run. The first turn, when you enter into the room, is kind of behind you on your left hand side, and then it snakes around. The biggest thing to watch out for is the turret towards the end, because that's also when your jet's going to start to wear off. But run all the way through, get to that back door, enter it. Even if they're shooting at you, as long as you engage with that door, you should make it through. And that's where you're entering this final portion, the final boss fight with Coulter, the Overboss. Gage has been instructing you over the intercom this entire time. And in this locker room, if you talk with Gage through the intercom, he'll let you know that it's not a fair fight, but that there is a weapon in the lockers that you can pick up to gain an advantage. There's 2 things you can do. One is that weapon, the Thirst Sapper. It's a water pistol that when you hit the Overboss with it, it shorts out his system and it drops his defenses, makes him actually vulnerable. without hitting him with the water, he's pretty invulnerable to everything. The other thing you can do in this area is, if you saw where I took the fusion core out of that reactor, that actually lessens the Overboss's defenses even more. I think it's by like 30%. So definitely you need to have the water gun. You don't need to take the fusion core, but it absolutely will help you out. And when you enter into this last area, make sure you have, well, if you only had the one nuke, use it on the Assaultron bot first. But if you have another mini nuke, which there was for us, a mini nuke in the loot that we could pick up, we ran out under the influence of some jet. We weakened the Overboss with the squirter. I wanted to show you on screen, once you enter into the arena, that door will shut behind you. But we pulled out the Fat Man. We took some damage in the process, but we are now the new Overboss of Nuka World. Right at the start, it throws you right into the mix, and right at the top, we talked to Gage through the glass here, lets us know a little bit about what's going on in the condition of Nuka World and the different raider factions in Nuka World. And that's where we're going to kind of end it for this episode here. Don't forget to grab all your rewards off of the downed Overboss. And it's a suit of armor that's fantastic, some other goodies. You're going to be over encumbered most likely like I am. That long, slow walk to the Overboss's residence is worth it. Now we're in Nuka World. Now we can start stage 2. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're interested in what's to come. Let me know in the comments what you think. Take care till next time.